I'm about ready to go live. I just need a couple of minutes. Not even a couple of minutes. Just maybe a couple more people come into the room. I'll start. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. All right, I think we're ready. Am I coming in loud and clear? Can somebody let me know if I'm coming in all right? I sure would appreciate it. So, sound is good, thank you. This is going to be a gloom and doom video. And you folks know I don't approve of those types of videos because the majority of them turn out to be a big fat zero. False. Let me adjust the light in here. So, little ambiance next to my my Trump bobblehead. Hey, JK Pioneer, how you doing? James Bragan, thank you. Thank you for everybody. First of all, I wanted to thank everybody. I'm closing in on that 20,000 subscriber. That's always been a goal of mine to get 20,000. Obviously, from there, who knows where I'm going to be going. So if you can just help and support me by clicking that subscribe button, if you haven't done so already. Obviously, go back and take a look at some of the other videos. Give them a thumbs up. Make the videos search algorithm more appealing. Actually, appealing to the YouTube's algorithm. So I really would appreciate that. Daryl, thank you so much for being here. Daryl Woodward, Hot Shot, and G Money. Let's go, Brandon. No, I know what you're saying, but I rather say the original. And that's F.U. Biden. I actually prefer that because that's a direct message. Steve, thank you so much for being here. And MXP, aloha, best wishes from OU, Hawaii. JK, thank you. And who else is here? So let's just talk about a few things here. Again, this is going to be a kind of like a doom and gloom video. And you folks know me. I'm very careful when it comes to this. Let me take a look at something. I want to show you on the screen so you know I am not bullshitting any of you. So on the way home, I normally listen to a couple of radio talk shows, and one of them said that 61% of the United States taxpayers did not pay any taxes last year. Now, I'm not talking state taxes. I'm talking federal taxes. Taxes that fund the government. 61% did not pay any taxes. That means 39%, the minority, are covering for the majority. And remember what I used to always say. When more people are riding in the cart than that are pulling it, the cart gets very heavy. So I heard this and I said to myself, you know what? overtaxed taxpayer doesn't believe everything he hears. I'm going to go and research that and make sure my subscribers get factual statement. So I'm going to show you the display. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. I'm going to show you the display. And here it is. All I did is I typed in 61% did not pay taxes. And Lord and behold, liberal, not just conservative, but liberal websites confirm this. CNBC, 61% of Americans paid no federal income tax. Next going down the Hill. Next going down the list is The Hill. They confirm that 61% of households owed no federal income tax. Going down the Hill. Going down the list. Yahoo News confirms it. Going down the list. Bloomberg confirms it. Going down the list. Fox News confirms it. And that goes on and on and on. There is reason to be concerned about this number. Again, you have a minority that is subsidizing the majority. And it won't be long before some of the minority takes a look at the 61% and says, hey, I want to go join their team. Let me get the screen back up so I can see you guys. It won't be long. And then you throw in the variable of allowing illegal aliens into this country. Do you think they're going to be paying federal taxes? No. That means that 61% will grow. Because now you have to include these folks who will be getting subsidized by the working taxpayers. It's pretty scary. Pretty scary. Now, what does it do to the economy when you mandate that anybody who does business with the federal or state governments must be jabbed, or else you're fired? What do you think that's going to do to the economy? Now you're going to have less people paying and subsidizing that 61% or higher. It's a real shame. So I'm going to give you this as the gloom and doom, because I've also heard some other information on the news today pertaining to watching your every move in the banks. It is my recommendation that you get your money out of those effing banks. Only keep enough in there to pay a month or two, whatever you're comfortable with, bills. Only enough to keep a little bit of money in the bank to pay the bills. And every month or every paycheck, you remove all the money except enough to pay for the bills when you're direct deposited, into the bank. They, much like YouTube and Facebook, the IRS now has algorithms where anything that occurs in your bank, they get flagged. And it sets off an audit flag. And from what I understand now, it's gone from $600 a month per person to now $10,000 a year per person. Everybody is going to be set up for audits. It's just a matter of time before your name is selected. $10,000 combined. Anybody who's working easily exceeds $10,000 in combined transactions per year. You will set off the audit alerts. And most people prefer to just write out the check and just be done with it. They're even innocent people. I don't even want to go through it. What do you want? Here's the money. Just leave me alone. Does that sound like a government that works for you? Or does that sound like a government that you work for? I've always said this. They get up on the podium, vote me in, vote me in. I'm going to go to Washington to serve you. When do you ever know in the real world where the master makes less than the servant? These people, they go there to serve you, the servant, and they walk out of government with millions upon millions, 3, 4, 5 homes. You ever notice that when the economy goes bad, you and I, we might need to put something on Craigslist. We might need to get rid of a motorcycle, or we might need to do this. We might need to make financial adjustments. Some people might even sell a second house if they have one. People in government, you never hear about them having to sell one of their 4 homes or anything like that. A bad economy doesn't affect them. I mean, with everything they get, the insider trading, the payoffs, the book deals, they're loaded. Therefore, a bad economy, expensive groceries, it doesn't affect them. It does no effect to go into the store for them when they make $200,000 a year and pay $6 a gallon of milk, $6 a gallon. It's like, oh well, I'll make this up on next month's payoff when they come to me and when the lobbyists come to me wanting something. They don't work for us. We work for them. And that's what that's how you control your livestock. You watch over your livestock. You control their every move. You set up corrals and you dictate when and how far they can move out of that corral, and when they must come back. I've also talked about these metaphors, that slavery never ended. It was perfected. And that we are in corrals, so to speak. My corral happens to be Tucson, Arizona. Yours might be Tampa, or yours might be Seattle, or yours might be New York. And every now and then you're allowed to leave the corral and you can go into the mountains where you're not allowed to live. And you're allowed to go there. If you buy a license, you're allowed to go there fishing or hunting or camping for so many days. And then you need to come back into the corral and you need to work in their system that is in the corral. I've always talked about this. It's amazing. If you ever taken a drive across the United States, and I have multiple times, I'd say I drove across this United States from coast to coast, no less than 7 times. And I can tell you just about every road, regardless of it's a main highway or a back road, every road has barbed wire going along all the property that you pass. All the property. It's amazing. And it just totally reminds me that we are in a corral. Don't you go across that federal lands. There's signs all along the United States, federal land, or this reserve park, or this local, whatever, state park, or this park. You stay in your corrals. That's what it's. Here is Tucson, LA. I'm here in Tucson. That's my corral. You can call it plantations, because that's actually a better name. We all live in plantations. My plantation is Tucson. Yours might be Tampa. We all live in plantations. Slavery never ended. It was perfected. And it is what it is. So let's talk about cryptos real quick. No, actually, let's talk about silver real quick. I'm not going to show the screen because you all can go over there yourself. I'm at Kitco Metals, Kitco Metals. Silver actually had a great week. Well, as far as silver goes, it's up it's up as of this Monday evening, $24.65. So that's not bad. It did not fall. It actually creeped up about, from last week, I want to say 20 cents. So silver is up. Gold is up as well. Gold is actually up 15% over the last week. Silver is up, well, it says 0.25. So I said 20. So let's go over to, I wanted to talk about cryptos, but cryptos is really not much to brag about. You know what I mean? Cryptos is just sitting there. Bitcoin is up to 63,000. I mean, it's up in the last couple of weeks. So, but everything else, you know, is just kind of stagnant on the crypto markets. I got one political rant left, and I'll end my political gloom and doom. I'm on the Gateway Pundit right now, and Pure Marxism is the name of the title of this article. McAuliffe supporters are posting signs promising to keep parents out of the classrooms. So does that sound like they work for you or you work for them? They don't want you to have any input on what you teach your kids. They want to bring up from cradle to grave. They want to educate and program your kids because they are taxpayers. They are revenue for the government. And if anybody's ever watched the movie The Matrix, great metaphor. Everybody's plugged into the Matrix just for the purpose of the machine. That's what we are. We're plugged into this system of slavery only for one thing, our tax revenue. And they want to design us to be happy with that by teaching our kids at a very young age. All right, I said my piece. So let's say hello to a few people. Again, Hotshot Transport got 2 kilos Scottsdale stackers. They're awesome. Those Scottsdale bars are nice. And what I don't own any, but I've seen pictures of them. What I like about them is that interlocking tongue and groove. So you can stack bars on top of each other and each one locks into each other. Nice bars. One day I would love to get a couple of those. That's actually, from what I understand, Scottsdale, Arizona, right by Phoenix, Arizona, is where they sell them. G Money, thank you again. Steve, thank you again. James Bragdon. Who else? LA, sign the Sheeb petition to get it on Robinhood. Okay. I don't have any Sheba. Who else is there? Celtic Not. I should wear my glasses. Thank you so much, Scottsdale Rocks. I don't know if you meant Scottsdale Metals or the town of Scottsdale. Either both are nice. Kofe Fox, let's go Brandon. No, go fuck yourself, Biden. Is really what should be said. Steve, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Absolutely. Get your money out of the banks. JK, thank you. 179 Kevin, thinking about trading some Bitcoin for gold at these prices. Any thoughts? I don't give financial advice. I'm not an expert. It just really depends on what you want. You know, it really depends. At this point in time, having either or would be nice because your money is out of the bank. If you're going to do it, though, I would definitely trade for smaller increments, no 1 ounce increments. And if you want small, that's fine. Smaller increments are more expensive, but you're gonna need some form of payment if they get their way with the banks. Who else is here? when I say get their way, I'm talking about the bill that they're setting forth, where they want to set off audit flags for each and every American citizen. They're trying to also fund 85,000 new IRS auditors. And I'll tell you, I went through an audit, and they make it as hard as possible. And I'll tell you how they go about doing it. A very sneaky trick. I'll just name one avenue where they made it extremely difficult for me. They always will assign you an auditor that is in a different time zone. I'm here in Tucson. I was audited from from New York. So I've always had an auditor calling me. And at the time it was a 3-hour difference. And either I was at work or he was gone home, vice versa. And it was almost impossible to deal with them or work with them. That's one of the tricks of the trade. Never assign somebody an auditor that's in your time zone. It makes it too easy. They want to make it as difficult as possible where you just write the damn check out. MXP 2000, thank you so much. Who else? LA. Who else is here? Lord Humongous, thank you. Let's go Janet Yellen. Yeah. This world is ruled by a bunch of power-hungry people. Yeah, and they want $15 an hour, Steve. Good point. These people wanted $15 an hour, and they got it. Now they don't want to work. No. It's funny. You go into Mickey D's and you look at it, and I don't have a menu sitting in front of me, but you look at a freaking number one, a nappy freaking burger that a grown adult man can chew down in 4 bites, small fries and a small freaking Coke, and they want something over like $10 over, for it. Randy McMurphy, it would be nice to see silver actually go up after buying all these dips. Yeah, it will. It just takes time. It really does. D-Man 3000, what do you think about XRP? I have only about 300 of them. And if I had more money, I would buy more. This extension on the lawsuit, it perplexes me. They didn't settle yet. I was expecting a settlement out of court. But we're going to see. I mean, I think the extension is till February, something like that. We're going to see. We're going to see. Larry Summers. Yeah, I heard about that, Larry. They're trying, and it's basically a capital gains tax, but you're not cashing out. So you normally, when you cash out is when you pay your taxes. So imagine, folks, with Larry Summers as explained, imagine that you bought a stock or a stock was given to you. And let's say one day the stock goes up. The government wants a percentage. You might not even have the money. They want a percentage of that stock. Even though you didn't cash out on it. Next day the stock goes down. They're not going to refund it to you. Stock goes back up. They want a little bit more. Does that sound like somebody that's working for you or against you? So it bastardized the capital gains system, because normally with capital gains, the stock can do this throughout its entire life. And one day you decide to go cash out. That's what you should be paying your taxes on. Not the entire movement of a stock during your ownership. They're wanting to do that with stock, with businesses, business taxes, not taxes, what am I saying? They want to do it with business value, the value of a business, even though you haven't cashed out on that business. If it's on paper, they want to tax you. And that's a great segue where I wanted to go. So one of the things that's in this bill is a wealth tax. And this is what you would call a wealth tax. Please do not mistake this for a tax on the wealthy. There's a difference between a wealthy tax and a wealth tax, meaning anyone who shows any movement in wealth, even if it's on paper, you'll need to pay a percentage of that wealth. That is what they mean by wealth tax. Be very cognitive, be very careful the words that you're listening to, because many people hear what they want to hear. Oh yeah, they're going to tax the wealthy. No. A wealth tax is a movement of anything in an upward trend. They want a piece of that. That's what they mean by wealth tax. If it adds any wealth to you, regardless of whether you're a minimum wage worker or not, they want a percentage of that. Now, what do you think that's going to do to even something as benign as 401ks? You're not going to have a 401k. It's not going to be worth even investing. Don't invest. That's what they're hoping. In my opinion, become a slave, vote Democrat. That's what they're hoping. We'll give you everything you need, not everything you want, everything we think you need from birth to death. And if you try to achieve a lifestyle that's above that standard, you will be taxed right back down where everybody else is. That's their goal. Larry Summers, thank you so much for the excellent comment. And I heard about that today, by the way, and I was going to bring it up. Spin Cycle, hello from San Antonio, Texas. I liked San Antonio. I was there a few times on business travel. I walked the Riverwalk quite a few times. And I actually stayed multiple times right on in the Hilton right there. I would walk right out the back of the hotel, and I would be right on the Riverwalk. I wouldn't have to cross streets or anything. Excellent place. I did my AIT at Fort Sam Houston, which is obviously not San Antonio, but I like Texas. I like the people there. That was good times. Solar Geek, you're right on the point. Think about it. Spend $1 million to campaign for a job that pays only $200K a year. Oh, you're right. I'm not arguing with you. On paper, it only pays $200K a year. See, on paper, Nancy Pelosi only makes maybe $200K. On paper. You're right. Solar Geek, thank you so much. Nightmare, thank you so much. Hello to you. Cosmo, look into Judy Wood. Butch Michael, you got that right. Thank you so much, Butch Michael. I appreciate your time here. Who else is here before I get going? I got chicken on the Barbie. Tennessee is his... J.K. Pioneers, Tennessee is his plantation. Esoteric, thank you so much for being here. Oh, I wanted to give everybody heads up. On a lot of my videos, I look at everybody's comment. I really do. Because I don't believe you should be wasting your time and just throwing a comment out there and nobody's paying attention to it. So I'm making a point to look at everybody's comment. I make it a point to respond, whether it's just thank you or a full-blown response. I make it a point. I don't believe in you should waste your time. So my point is this. I'm seeing a lot of responses from somebody who is faking my name. Leaving a phone number. Call this number if you want crypto or silver advice. Folks, that is not me. Do not call that number. It is not me. I will never reach out to any one of you soliciting my services to you. Never, never, ever. If you see it, feel free to freaking right-click on it and delete or report it as spam. It's not me. Scrapping, hoarding, tinkering fun. Comments, we say cell blocks with your area code being the number. Yep. Who else? Narrator. He broke it into 2 words. It's time to come together, folks. Yeah, it is. They've divided us. The blacks think we hate them, and the whites think the blacks hate us. They got everybody so divided. Everything on this Chinese virus thing to the jab, everything is a division tactic. Everything is a division tactic, and we need to come together and be aware of our common enemy. The allure of people thinking that the government is going to give them everything that they want is not true. Especially with limited resources, limited money, real money, everybody can't get more. So what do? You give everybody a little bit. You spread the peanut butter out thinner, right? In order to cover more. And that becomes, the government gives you everything they think you need, not everything you think you want. There's a difference. Be very careful for anybody who wants to give you something for free, even in your everyday life. Be very suspicious. Who else is here? Chip. I like corral metaphor. Corral metaphor. Corral, I'm sorry. Corral and plantation. It's so true. It is so true. And you want to get off that plantation, or you want to get out of that corral, you have to apply for a license. It could be a fishing license. It could be a hunting license. It could be an airline ticket to go to Disney or whatever. Eventually you got to come back and work and pay those taxes. It's their system of slavery. Are you scumbags work for the taxpayers? Huh? Brian Sherlin. Now let me read that a little slower. Are you scumbags work for the taxpayers? If they don't like it, then they can go to jail. I'm sick of these school unions. I've never had enough money. They never have enough of anything. Pure scumbags. Okay. I appreciate your comment. Dude, you need a couple of commas and periods in there. I'm just saying. Nothing against your comment, but help a guy out that's reading this. I want to trade in some metals to help with a down payment, but metals down so much while home's very high. It is what it is. You might as well just use cash, right? The contract's going to be in cash, right? When you sign the mortgage, the contract's going to be in cash. They're going to want cash. You think the mortgage, when you go to put a down payment on a home, providing that it's going through the normal real estate chain of, they're going to want cash. They're not going to want gold. However, you're dealing with somebody just going directly to them and buying their home. Yeah, they might want gold. They might prefer it. But normally that's very rare. So I don't know what to say in your case. If you're going through, the title company and everything, they're not going to want your gold. That's what I was looking for. They're going to want cash. So you might as well just get rid of your freaking fiat cash. Hold on to your gold. Cheap Laugh Kennedy, I get your comment, but people are too busy shaving their eyebrows and guys too busy wearing skinny jeans, shaving their eyebrows, getting manicures. It would never happen, my friend. You throw the latest version of an Apple phone in front of them. They're mesmerized until the next version comes out. There's no way they're going to stand up for. They got everything they want right there in that phone. They could care less about rights or who won the election. Mr. Gas, thank you from South Carolina. I'm thinking actually about moving to South Carolina. That or Texas or Florida. Who else? Randy, Cosmo. Anyway, folks, I'm going to clear out 49er here. Wow, I haven't seen 49er in a long time. Gary Jones in the house. Eric Munez, Dennis Bale. Theta's still there. You know, it's just sitting stagnant. Yeah. And like I said, I kind of fluctuate. If one market's going stagnant and the other one's moving like silver, I get back into silver. And that's what I did. Thank you, Netrum Design. I appreciate it. And Carl 28560. I apologize if I didn't call out everybody's name. Silverwolf 33. Thank you so much. Again, I apologize if I haven't called out everybody's name, but I got food on the grill. I don't want it to burn, and I just want to throw out a quick video. I know some of the I'm sorry. I know some of the news that is coming out is not very positive, but I think we've all been prepared for this for quite some time. And many YouTube channels said it was coming. All right, their timing wasn't all that great, but it gave us a chance to prepare. And I think the people of this community are better prepared than a lot of the folks that live around us who have not prepared, who have no silver, who have no cryptos, who have no food on their shelves. We're better prepared. We know it's coming. So I urge everybody to keep trying, buy some more silver, get some food on the shelves. You know, because you might buy a can of something and it's $1, but maybe in 2 months from now, that can will be worth $1.50 or $2. So it's probably cheaper to buy it now is what I'm trying to say. So buy what you can and buy more than what you need now. So in the future, after Biden F's up this economy, you won't have to need to buy as much. So do it now in preparation for high prices later. Anyway, folks, I gotta run, and I'm going to try to put out some more videos. I've just been working really hard. Take care, and thank you for everybody's support. It's actually chicken, not meat. Somebody stalled me. He talked about barbecue. I did ribs last night, an 8-hour smoked country rib. Got it just spectacular.